Okay, it's football season, or just about. Um, I was actually curious. I haven't put a Vikings video on this channel since they put the schedule out. It's been 2.5 months. But there's been nothing to talk about with the Vikings really. It's just like stray things here and there, rumors and stuff. No, there just hasn't been anything to talk about. But training camp is underway. Doing this on a Tuesday. Everybody reported on Saturday, or no, Sunday, with the rookies and quarterbacks. Kirk reported. And I think everyone else arrives either today or tomorrow. But a lot of guys have already arrived. But point being, football is underway. The Kevin O'Connell and Kwesi era is, officially underway with actual football activities. I mean, they've had OTAs and stuff, but training camp's the real deal. And figured I'd do a little preview thing. I don't know what to preview because training camp is training camp. They're gonna start having the practices open to the public starting I think on Saturday. I'm hoping to maybe get out there. I always try to go once a year. Try to get out there maybe next week. There was some drama leading up to training camp because we didn't have a couple of our rookies still signed Ed Ingram and Booth, but we got both of them in tow. We cut Nate Stanley. Boy, that was a heartbreaker, wasn't it? And signed some tight end who I'd never heard of to fill out the roster. There have been some free agent names linked to the Vikings recently. Ndamukong Suh, probably the biggest one. And we were supposedly maybe interested in Kyle Rudolph and bringing Rudy back. He ended up signing with Tampa Bay, which is going to be a real mistake for him when Gronkowski inevitably unretires and comes back. There were a couple other names. There's still a handful of former Vikings who are out there. Anthony Barr is still out there. I guess there's a lot of injury concerns there, and probably I don't know if anyone's ever going to sign him. Sheldon Richardson's still out there. Everson Griffin's still out there. I would think with the things that have gone on with him in recent years that if any team is going to sign him, it's going to be the Vikings, and I would absolutely be in favor of it. Can never have enough depth. But yeah, there hasn't been a lot. It's really been a very quiet summer. Of course, it's a new coaching staff. So we don't really know what to expect. We don't know, exactly how everything's going to go with camp and everything like that. But all the talk is positive, and the talk is usually positive. But I mean, there's been a lot of stuff since the Zimmer firing about kind of how he was to the team, and how some of the players responded to him. And it seems to be a very different vibe, at least amongst like the players and stuff. So, will that translate on the field? We don't know yet. Kevin O'Connell could be the nicest person in the world. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be a great coach. That's the great unknown. And, I'll probably do more stuff, closer to the season, talking about, O'Connell, the actual head coach, because I have no doubt that he's going to be, well liked by the players. I really have no doubt that he's going to be pretty good at game planning and scheming. It's really just going to come down to how is he in games. Is he when something goes wrong, is he able to adjust quickly and adjust correctly? And frankly, we're not going to start to know that until September 11th or 12th when we play Green Bay. You know, we might get some idea in these preseason games. You know, I remember last year being really baffled at how they just treated those as if they meant nothing. I mean they mean nothing, but like, you know, you can at least treat them as games and learn something and figure things out about your team. Our first preseason game is against the Raiders in Vegas on the 14th. So that's like 2.5 weeks away. And then we got the one home game against the 49ers. We're going to have some practices against the 49ers. They're going to do that thing again. And then what do we got? Denver for the last one. But, you know, like I've been full on KOC optimism since the day they hired him. At least for sure since the day that I saw his press conference. Because I mean, it's just words, but he was saying all the right things. So I think he's going to be an excellent coach. It doesn't mean he's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean everything he does is going to be right. It doesn't mean they're going to go undefeated. I'd love it if they did, but I don't think that's going to happen. And but I'm very optimistic about this team this year, and I know that. I mean, hell, I've been doing these for a couple seasons now. I always kind of go in on an optimistic note, but you know, I would unless KOC is just really bad as an in-game coach, I don't see how this team is not in the playoffs. Now, will they overtake Green Bay? You know, that's a whole other story. That might depend just on how good Green Bay is. Like if they're 13-14 win good again, well, then that's going to be tough to overtake them. Or if they fall back and are like 10 or 11 win good, well, then maybe we do overtake them. But I didn't really have a point to this video. It's just like, hey, it's training camp. We're getting started. I'm very optimistic and excited. As far as like position battles, I don't know. There's not that much. I mean, obviously the ever-present guard situation. We've got Chris Reed and Jesse Davis. I was about to say Jordan Davis, but I think he's another player somewhere. And Ed Ingram is the rookie. And I don't know if they're going to plug and play a rookie right away. That'll be one thing to watch. Is Zimmer was notoriously hesitant to play rookies early, but maybe that will change with this new staff. We've got linebacker spots up for grabs, probably some secondary stuff up for grabs. How fast do some of these rookies come along? Is Lewis Seen gonna start right away? Are guys like Booth gonna start right away? Who knows? I would hope that KOC, and I think he will be. I think he'll be more open to the if a rookie really stands out, hey, give him the shot. I don't think there's really any injury stuff coming in. At least nothing that I'm aware of. Something dropped today. I haven't really checked, but I'm very, very excited to see this new regime kick things off here, and I'm very optimistic. I think KOC seems like a bright guy. He comes from a coaching tree that's been very successful already, and there's a ton of talent here that I think, and a lot of other Vikings fans think was very much squandered, especially the last couple of years with Zimmer and some of the guys he chose to run the offenses. But all right, I'm gonna wrap this up. That's my resolution for my videos for the coming season now is to not ramble as long. So training camp's underway. We'll see how much news comes out. I'll do all the videos on all the big news. So let's get started. Skol.